Thank you. I appreciate you yielding to me, and thank you so much for holding this very important evening with special orders to honor National Police Week. And I am just so honored to be here on behalf of our men and women in blue who do such a great job supporting us. I just wanted to put out a few facts on this that I thought would be interesting to our listeners. There are over 800,000 law enforcement officers across the United States serving and protecting our communities and I commend them as they serve at great personal risk. These public servants intervene daily in dangerous and life-threatening situations to de-escalate tensions, to provide emergency care, to apprehend criminals, to defend the most vulnerable, and protect the constitutional rights of all Americans. Over the past year, law enforcement officers have faced unprecedented challenges in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic and rising violent crime. In 2020, 264 law enforcement officers died in the line of duty. In my community alone, we have tragically lost friends in law enforcement, over a dozen in just my community, who were killed in the line of duty. That's just way too many. In 2021, across the nation, 49 law enforcement officers have died, making it the deadliest period of law enforcement for over decades. Amidst these unparalleled challenges, unfortunately, politicians in Washington and around the country have perpetuated this idea that law enforcement officers are the enemy. If any of you watched or saw the wonderful law enforcement officer saving that toddler that was shot in Times Square, who is also the mother of a young child, carrying this young child to safety, it would warm anyone's heart, and we know how hard they work and how much they care for their communities. But unfortunately, they've gone so far as to create a dangerous movement known as defund the police that demonizes police, imperils our public safety, and needlessly divides our communities. My priorities in Congress are to support law enforcement and bring our communities back together. We must move beyond the divisive and damaging rhetoric, mend the relationships between police and the communities they serve, and give our police officers the legal protections and tools they need to safely and effectively do their job. We've done some of this in our community, and I just want to highlight one Chief of Police, Mark Williams, from the city of Utica, who has worked extensively in community policing programs, and which has really tremendously brought down the crime rate in terms of interactions with police. We still have challenges out there, but he's working hard to try to invest in community policing programs. We need money and resources to do that, and we would not be successful if we actually defunded the police and didn't give them the opportunity to work with these communities, to recruit people and people in the neighborhoods to want to protect their own communities, who actually care. So toward these objectives, I really look forward to working with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. We have to solve these problems. It's essential to our safety. It's an essential role of government to keep us safe. Our constituents are depending on this. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back, and thank you to my colleague from Louisiana for doing this. I really appreciate the effort.